Let's start off by going down memory lane. Back when Nickelodeon actually cared about their TV shows, when Jimmy and Timmy met, when Ned was showing us how to survive the intricacies of middle school, when we escaped with Rudy and them in the chalk zone. I wonder what happened to Chalk Zone. Maybe I need to investigate that. But I never gave Avatar a chance, and by the time Legend of Korra came out, I was already graduating high school and not really interested in watching TV. It wasn't until 2013 when my old military roommate purchased the Avatar series DVDs. You know, I watched a few episodes, and I must say, that shit was fire. Couldn't finish the series since we were about to graduate tech school. Fast forward 7 years and Avatar and the Legend of Korra are on Netflix, and I've watched both of them about 4 times apiece. Now, this is not going to be the typical why Avatar is better than Korra. There will be some small mentions, but this is more important than which show is better. This is about character. More importantly, the uselessness and utterly annoyance of Bolin. Therefore, we're going to get into what's wrong with Bolin. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So, Bolin is by far my least favorite character in the Avatar franchise next to Mako. This is because he's used as a terrible comic relief with no depth that actually helps the plot move forward. In the early episodes, he was warm-hearted and jolly, which was fine, until he started telling flat jokes with over-the-top theatrics. I honestly enjoyed Varric's personality more than Bolin's. Varric was a lot more entertaining and important to the show. You see, comedy requires a few important things to be effective: setup, payoff, timing, and emotion, just to name a few. Bolin's jokes didn't always hit the marks. They were usually overly emotional with bad timing and terrible delivery. He's a one-dimensional character whose purpose is to be stupid and funny. Air quotes around funny. Bolin is like a diet, watered-down version of Sokka. And it's insulting how they really disrespected the king of tents. Even Sokka's reactions were funnier than Bolin's jokes. I'm not going to continue to compare Sokka and Bolin, but I wanted to show a short comparison of the comedic aspects of the two. Like the other new Avatar team members, minus Korra of course, Bolin was pretty much useless to the missions. He didn't contribute anything, honestly. We don't see him fight for a majority of the first 2 seasons outside of the Pro Bender games, and the few times we do see him in action, he's getting his ass kicked. You'd think the physicality as a Pro Bender would somewhat transition into some kind of combat skills. Like, you literally throw folks off a platform into a watery demise. How do you constantly get your ass whooped? He does finally kick some ass in the later seasons, which I am very grateful for because Earthbenders are my personal favorite benders. Shout out to Toph. A major storyline that deemed pointless for Bolin was those goddamn Nuktuk films. Man, that was just a huge waste of time. Varric did those movers as propaganda to encourage the Republic City to join the Southern Water Tribe in the civil war against the North. This would have been a perfect way for Bolin to have an effect on the mission, but that shit went absolutely nowhere. Too much runtime was used on it, and the only thing it did was popularize Bolin. I think if the films would have influenced President Reiko and there was a big battle of the Civil War, Bolin's efforts would have been worthwhile. He could have been a key factor for the mission. Seeing a huge Civil War battle with the help of Bolin would have been great for his character. Of course, the Northern Water Tribe would have still won, which gave Unalaq full dictatorship while fulfilling his plan to get into the spirit world to free Vatu and become the Dark Avatar. Probably would have made the second season a lot more interesting, but what do I know? I do know that this is a way that Bolin could have contributed to a turning point in the series. The Legend of Korra catches a lot of flack for the Korra, Asami, and Mako love triangle disaster that wasn't needed whatsoever. I was a little more interested in Bolin and Korra being a thing if they were going to go that route. I felt that Bolin could have had a positive and safe influence for Korra, someone she could confide in, since Bolin was actually pretty good at comforting people when he isn't being overly goofy and stupid. Korra and Bolin could have gradually formed a bond throughout the series. That definitely would have been a better love story than the typical cool guy, cool girl romance. But instead, Mako and Korra got together since they were the sexy couple. The one moment where I thought that Bolin was gonna be serious and have something more to offer to his character was when he caught Korra and Mako kissing. I thought that he'd really take it to heart and it would be a dramatic and vulnerable moment. But nope. He reacted as expected, in a non-funny, exaggerated manner, which solidified his meager character personality for me. Yet instead, his first love interest was Korra's weird gothic cousin, Eska. Like, how the hell did he go from crushing on the Avatar to falling for a chick who looks exactly like her brother? If Raven from the Teen Titans could swim and wore a nightgown everywhere she went, she would be Eska. She was just another unfunny gag for Bolin. He had no backbone, and now she was low-key abusive towards him. A lot of the time was wasted on this dictatorship. He did redeem himself with Opal, and that felt more organic, even though this still had no effect on Bolin's growth. I feel that Opal could have set Bolin up for his journey into working with Kuvira in Season 4. Make him fall in love with the Earth Kingdom and show him a world that they both were missing. There could have honestly been a few solo and duo episodes in Legend of Korra, like it was in Avatar, for character development. But finally Bolin has a character arc. 3 damn seasons into the show when he wanted to expand into metal bending. Although that shit went out the window, it was nice to see that he had some kind of interest in bettering himself and actually having something to do. I personally didn't mind that he never got into metal bending, because that was Korra's thing and it would have left him stuck in her shadow, per usual. That's where the lava bending comes in. Lava bending is some next level shit. But man, do I hate how he mastered it so quickly. The fact that he did it in the spur of the moment with no concentration was fine. But for him to use it in combat at an expert level against Gazan didn't make any sense to me. He did it in one episode and then the next one he was kicking Gazan's ass with it. Hell, it even took Korra a while to be average at metal bending, and he just all of a sudden becomes a lava guru. We don't see him practice or train on lava bending afterwards, he just does it. So one of the things that really upset me about his character is that most of his development happened between seasons, like working with Kuvira. We only know that he works with Kuvira through letters he wrote to Korra in the beginning of Season 4. It's a good plot point for Bolin, but it was just kind of thrown in there without any real build up. Just, I want to help rebuild the Earth Kingdom to its prominence, but why? Seems like Bolin's character was just doing shit for the sake of doing it, or because the writers needed to keep his character occupied. He seemed important in the 4th season, and it was an effort. I like that he found some kind of purpose for his existence, but I don't think it was structured properly. I think we should have seen some kind of growth and development for him to get to that point. You know, just episode by episode. And that's what I find wrong with Bolin, the goofball tension breaker. I feel like if we would have seen a lot more of his growth and development, I think I would have came around to him more often. So let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my analysis of Bolin. Next to his brother, he's my least favorite character in the series. My favorite is Tenzin and Lin Bei Fong. Oh, and shout out to Avatar 1, the first Avatar, no relation. With that said, be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.